welcome, dear listeners, to another special episode of Legacy of the Ancients. Swords and sorcery. The final battle has begun. The Hero Alliance go on the attack. While its minions proved little challenge for the Hero Alliance, Shodan was another matter entirely. The evil being knocked our heroes down repeatedly, but they refused to give in. They rose to their feet, determined. And that's when they saw him, Tempe, arriving just in the nick of time with one last trick up his sleeve. The tides of this battle are about to change.
All right. So, Tempe has summoned the Shadow of Conry. Shodan, defeated, gets back up for Phase 2. Everybody's looking pretty rough, except for Otis and Conry's ghost. So, let's roll initiative for Phase 2.
It's another nat 20 for Cerebrin off the rip.
I'm getting the low rolls out early, guys. Yeah. That's fine.
You can only go up from here, man. You can only go up from here. I do want to say that's like two nat ones for you in a row on initiative. And it's been going your way, though. It's been going your way.
I mean, you got to reload at some point.
One day, Felix will climb the lofty initiatives that Bolt carries around like a 12.
I just can't wait to introduce Felix to belt-fed weapons. You don't have to reload until 200 rounds later?
All right, let's do this thing then. Cerebrin, we start with you as Shodan's construct body gets back up and starts repairing itself.
Seeing this, Cerebrin as a T-Rex will waste absolutely no time. And you see, like, he specifically is targeting the parts of Shodan he sees are still stitching together, like the weak spots in his mind. So I will make a bite attack, which is a d20 plus 10 to hit. So let's see how we do.
A 28 will hit.
We love to see it. We love to see it. That is 4d12 plus 7 damage as he just rips in with his teeth.
41
damage? Wow.
Juicy.
Wow. Wow. Good
That's
for me.
almost 42.
Good for me. Could you imagine? I'm not selfish like Otis, though. No. Cerebrin is not selfish like Otis. Henry is.
Now that's what I call role play.
Yeah. So that will be the end of Cerebrin's turn. And Conry, seeing this, you guys see as he walks out, you just sort of hear the footsteps across this like large area, right? It's almost like echoing. And he's sort of got that same shadowy look that his shadows that he summoned have always had, like less details and more shadow. And you see he's sort of willing himself to have more detail as his like features come into view because he wants to be able to communicate with you guys. And he's gonna step up and he sees Reginald on the ground and he looks over and he says, Reginald, what are you doing? This is the final battle. Get up. And then I'm gonna summon my shadow.
Sorry, it's hard to hear you. There's a lot of blood coming from my ears.
Reginald, no time to be on the ground. And I'm gonna send my shadow straight up. And Conry sort of cracks his neck, and then you see him point as the shadow runs forward. And as it runs forward, you see the Tiefling Knight run, and then from her, several other shadows bamf out around her, right? Conry's gonna drop everything he's got into this. And so as the Tiefling Knight runs, you see another shadow in one of the loudmouths that we lost earlier. You see the Sky King in this shadowy like fighter jet, like World War II era-esque. You see Abuela throwing pastries at him.
Hitting him with the chancla.
You see Mr. Lee. Yeah, the chanclas. You see a brief moment where Reginald's dad, too, right? And then you see a shadow that looks a lot like Reeves. And in total, he summons 8 shadows. which is how I'm going to flavor that I'm going to attack. I'm going to unleash incarnation, and I'm going to action surge. So everyone buckle up because that's 8 rolls. So that's 8 different shadows that Conry sends out. I missed you, Conry. It's so good to have you back.
Hey, Jeff, can the rest of us play too, or no?
No. This is it. This was I paid extra just for me. Yeah.
This is the last turn of the campaign.
This is it. You guys, the second phase was just because I asked Mike to let me play Conry.
For one round.
Cerebrand's gonna cast haste on Conry.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to it. And then as he does, he reaches out, and you see the flame tongue that was on Otis's back come flying over to Conry's hand, because I realized that he's been hanging on to it for me. Let's roll some of these. First one, that's a 31 to hit. Okay, that's one.
Hits.
That's a 29 to hit. That feels pretty good. Third one, that's a 20 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
Next one, 18.
Misses.
That misses. Next one, 15.
Miss.
Oh,
Pair of 3s.
Reginald yells out, "Why are you getting gassed so early? You just started."
I'm already winded.
That'll hit.
25 hits. The last one.
Hits.
So 6 hit, right? Out of the 8, I missed 2.
Yeah, 15 and 18 missed.
Yes, then 6.
All right, let's do this.
Nice. Oh my god, good damage rolls.
Jeez.
This is a lot of 5s and 6s on these
Let's
dice.
go.
Good lord.
So you see Conry's able to summon these 8 shadows out that go running across the field to attack Shodan, and then as the attacks end, they all sort of recoalesce back to the Tiefling Knight. And you can see his like shadowy form is almost less substantial. Like he just dropped as much as he could in this and maybe shortened his time. But he very specifically does not look as crazy and reckless as he normally does. As he runs in, you see he's being somewhat strategic and calling out attacks for his shadows. That was my action, my bonus action, and action surge, and everything else I had. And that is it for Conry.
That was 164 damage.
Jeez.
It was a lot.
Goodness gracious.
Shodan is hurting. Shodan's turn, first thing it does is regenerate. Heals for 30. And then, yeah, we're going to play this game again. Reginald.
No.
Shodan is going to cast Dominate Monster. Please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, man. Okay.
Hold on, before you do, Jordan, because I don't like this. Cerebrand's going to drop concentration on Polymorph and Counterspell the Dominate Monster. There's not a chance. Cerebrand has a chance to do something heroic, and he's going to take it.
You got to roll for it. Or what's your highest spell slot?
My highest spell slot, let's find out. I believe... Oh, I saved this for you, Jordan. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. That's an 8th level counterspell. I'm going to drop it at the highest level I have.
Automatically succeeds then.
Oh, man.
That's good because Reginald literally could not have made this save.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. Yeah, you see because Cerebrand saw before, he was too far away. He was like, I can't counterspell when I'm too far away. And rushes in as the T-Rex, and as he sees the spell go to cast, you see it just sort of melt away, and all this these bones and stuff drop around, and he just reaches out with his hand, and it glows green, as several fingers just sort of evaporate and disappear, and he casts Counterspell, hopefully saving his once upon a time hero from being turned, because I don't want that to happen.
It works. The spell fails. Shodan roars in rage. That is, however, Shodan's turn. Reginald.
Yeah. Reginald will see Cerebrand counter this spell. Is it he could see it's coming directly for him, and gives him a quick nod, and then looks back at his friends and sees that they are in rough shape. So he's gonna run back 30 feet, and I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds. Give our boys some much needed healing. I'm gonna cast it at 7th level.
Jeez. That missed everyone.
48. All right. 48 healing for, I think, everybody but Otis, who doesn't need it anyway. So everybody, please heal yourselves for 48.
Feels good, and that brings me back up to 61. That feels way better. And then I'm gonna move in and attack, and we're gonna swing the Moonlight Greatsword.
27 hits.
So I need to roll damage on that real quick. So there's nice 22 on that damage. I'm gonna add a smite on top of that. Reginald is just side by side Connery, just swinging back and forth, and just joyful that his friend is back with him for a little bit. I'll do a 3rd level smite. Then there's another 35 radiant damage.
Okay.
Awesome. I think that's my turn.
Legendary action. Cerebrin, you can have a live wire.
No, you mustn't.
And you must.
If I must, I must.
Wow. Wow, natural 1. Okay.
With a nat 1.
Gosh.
I would love flavor it as Reginald sees the live wires coming towards Cerebrin and just like slices them off.
There you go.
Yeah, you send the dancing sword out and just cut through them before they can get there.
Hell yeah.
Alucard style.
It's technically a melee attack, the live wires, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I'm gonna sentinel him off that after seeing
Get fucked.
seeing
Make sure.
Reginald cut the wires. Connery's gonna immediately try to take advantage. Let's get some attack on this bad boy. Double 10s for 22.
That'll hit.
Also, can we talk about how we are like in the perfect positions right now?
Yeah. Just flanking him on all sides.
Like,
23 damage.
Beautiful.
Okay. Otis.
The only bad position is the wizard that's one of the people flanking him.
He's up front too. Yeah.
Yeah,
What is he doing? Bro thinks he's on the team.
Has anyone told him he's not strong?
Otis is gonna he's gonna feel the sword fly off his back, look at Connery and Reginald, say, "There's a little bitch standing next to you." Specifically to Connery. Speaking of Reginald. And
Oh wow, okay. Alright. No, that's fine.
And Otis has a huge smile on his face after saying that because his brother is back to make fun of their friend.
20 meets it,
Beautiful.
beats it.
I will add my Blood Fury to it as well, so
Reginald just yells out, we're still fighting for like the fate of the world. I mean, we could just kind of wait on the Racing for just a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
40 damage for that one.
God.
Then he will swing again.
That'll hit. Good lord.
57 damage for the second one. And he will...
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, he'll hold his axe, and just as he's swinging on Shodan, one of the times that he hits, he's gonna infuse lightning into it. So it's a Dex 14 saving throw for Shodan.
He rolled a 10, and you know what? Fuck you. He's going to use his legendary resistance on that.
We did it! We did it!
Otis is, I think he's probably still bloody from whenever he was half damaged, and he just got this big old bloody grin on his face. He's everyone's back, so he's pumped, and I think as he reckless on both of his attacks, so he's swinging and then leaving himself wide open, like just trying to goad Shodan into hitting him. And I think on the last one, he spun a little bit and turned around and is showing Shodan his backside. He's trying to draw whatever attention he can from the rest of his guys. So that is the end of my turn.
All right, legendary action. He's more pissed at Reginald right now for stopping his last attack. So he's going to do it to Reginald now.
Oh no!
Oh, and tease that 20 though. 30 will still hit.
30 will do it. Beats it.
Beats it. Yeah, right.
That'll be 12 damage, and you're grappled by the wires. Bolt, your turn.
Bolt, surprised by Connery's appearance on the battlefield, is going to fly over to him, blood dripping down his once white rabbit fur, and he's going to say, "Connery, you still have your secret Decoder Hero Alliance ring. That's awesome. Hey, you know what's better than one dinosaur?
I would love to hear, Bolt. Please tell me it's 2.
It's 2 dinosaurs." And I'm going to twin cast Polymorph on Cerebrin and Reginald.
Brutal.
It's morphin' time.
Connor yells out, Mastodon, and then looks at Felix and he's like, I heard you've forgotten to call it a few times. We've been talking about it. All the dead people.
And then he's going to fly off just slightly to the side here and end his turn.
Cerebrin looked like a really cool, like, skeletal dinosaur.
Yeah. It's it looks like the most Digimon dinosaur you've ever seen. You know what I mean? Just skulls and all kinds of shit.
Legendary action, live wires on Otis.
He gets advantage.
He did get advantage. And 33 for sure hits.
Somehow does exceed your 13 AC by quite a bit.
Straight.
Guys, is 33 more or less than 13?
Commoners start out with a 14 AC.
For 0 damage, but you're grappled. Felix.
Felix will move forward slightly, and as he's moving, you'll see his Heroes Alliance ring, which is, for the first time in a long time, actually on his hand. He says, "In brightest day and blackest night," as his spell refueling infusion activates, giving him back a 3rd level spell slot.
You literally couldn't have said another line, or we could have gotten sued. That's the
cut that out.
perfect. That's how we cut it right there.
Darkest night. That's it.
That's all we can afford right now.
And then he will see Cerebrin actually being a hero for once, and uses bonus action to cast Healing Word with a 2nd level spell slot on him.
Nice.
He's a T-Rex technically right now, so he's got a lot of
Cerebrin's
HP.
a T-Rex right now.
Bolt isn't anything, and he's hurt.
Bolt isn't anything. Oh, you have just made a...
Okay, cool. Same thing.
But also, Shodan is right there, Felix. He's right there.
It was an action to get the spell slot back, so I can't attack him.
Then bonus action, yeah. Then I like your healing play for either yourself or Bolt. I think would be helpful.
We'll give it to Volt. He's more of a heavy hitter right now.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right. You're healing Bolt then? Or
Yep. Nice. Thanks.
All right. 14 healing to Bolt. It has been applied.
And that'll be his turn.
Cerebrin, you're a T-Rex.
I'm a T-Rex again. It's probably the most fun he's had in a long time. So let's roll a d20 plus 10 for his bite attack.
That'll hit.
18 plus whatever, 28. So 40, 12.
Go,
Nice.
dude. Come on.
Plus 7. 36 damage for Cerebrin's bite.
So I'm not going to ask you how you want to do this. I'm going to ask all of you how you all want to do this. As Shodan roars out in agony and rage, in disbelief that it could be beaten.
I think Reginald as a T-Rex is gonna like grab one of his arms with his mouth to like keep him from doing anything on one side.
Reginald as a T-Rex is still being grappled, and this is like this is totally you're not locked in here with me, or I'm not locked in. Yeah, whatever. I messed up. Moment.
Yeah. I think Cerebrin would pick up. I mean, he's not a melee combatant by any stretch. So seeing Reginald try to restrain Shodan would try to do the same and like try to hold him on one side for sure.
Otis would. I feel like there's an Optimus Prime fight where this happens. But if they're grabbing both of his arms, Otis would chop a leg to kind of bring him down to one knee for the other guys.
I think you would see Felix as he heals Bolt and sees Shodan go down. He would activate his Curse of Binding to try and restrain him while everybody's trying to do what they do.
Yeah, for Bolt's part, just lightning begins to come out of the floor and like surround Shodan as his teammates bring it down.
And Connery, I think, would do what my favorite move of Connery's was. Yeah, he would send his shadow up and then switch places with it and teleport over Shodan and drop down into it. And while he's falling through the air to cut down into Shodan, you would hear him yell out, "My friends deserve their happy ending." And then he'll just drive his sword straight down into Shodan's head, body, mass, whatever he could, and just slice him down the middle.
Yeah, You hold him down. Conry runs up, trades places with his shadow, and drops down on Shodan's head. Full pogo stick action with his flame tongue. And just in twain, splits Shodan in half. There is a pulse, almost like an explosion of arcane energy that comes off of Shodan as it dies. And that wave pulses over you and outward from the Citadel. One by one, the lights start to go off. The Citadel starts to die, and you feel gravity shift as it begins to fall.
No time for fist bumping, and but Bolt is really, he thinks he's very funny by trying to get the two T-Rexes to fist bump each other, but they can't do it because of their teeny tiny little T-Rex arm. It's the funniest joke he's ever seen. And then he'll drop concentration so that they return to normal and say, well, no time to celebrate, guys. This thing's falling, and it's falling fast.
Meanwhile, Conry, your shadow
Yeah.
has served its purpose. It's starting to fade away.
As it fades, and we all start to scatter. Conry will look at you guys, and right before he goes back to the live stream, he looks at you all and says, "Everyone on the other side is very proud of you all, and they send their regards. Everyone knows the Hero Alliance." And I think he just sort of fades and goes back to the afterlife.
I quickly grab the scarf as it falls to the ground, put that in my pocket real quick.
Terabin runs by and goes, "Who was that guy?" And then jumps out the window. Got no clue.
He doesn't have Featherfall stocked, and I jumped out the window after him.
Yeah, he'll...
Like, based on where the Citadel was when we teleported to it, if it were to drop straight down, what would it land on right now?
The ruins of the palace.
Huh. Well, I'm quite okay with that, actually.
Yeah. Let's just get out of the building as it falls. Terabin will look for an exit to try to get out.
The way you guys came in. So you guys rush out, and what are you doing? Are you just jumping
Bolt
off the
has
edge?
1 8th level spell slot remaining. And so he's going to look at the group and say, "All right, everyone, rings in." And he's going to hold his power ring to the center, wait for everyone to join in on the heroic... I'm trying to think of what something like this would be called. And then he's going to turn everyone into lightning bolts again as we fly down to the ground below, just off to the side of where the Citadel would crash onto the castle.
Hell yeah.
Otis dodges and jumps off.
Otis
Dive!
Yeah.
could unironically survive this fall.
He's always got to be so extra.
He really could.
guys.
But
He missed
I
it.
don't know if he wants to test that.
All we have to do now, get Otis infected with lycanthropy, so he becomes
Everything.
completely immune to bludgeoning damage. Orbital drop Otis. But yeah, you guys all Power Rangers turn into lightning, shoot up into the sky, and then back down onto the ground just outside of the radius of the destruction that's about to take place. And you guys can watch Shodan's Citadel fall from the sky and crash into the ground. It kicks up a shockwave of dust and debris and clouds of smoke that just overwhelm you and pass over you for probably a few miles.
Bolt would be concerned about everyone on the team, but it seems obvious to him that everyone is not only like going to survive, but even in most cases still has a fair amount of fight left in them. So he's instead going to turn his attention to his fallen comrade and say to Reginald, what happened up there? Was that really him? Did Conry really come back to save us?
And I'll pull the scarf out of my pocket and I'll look to pass it to Otis and Well, whether it was real or not, it seems that Shodan's gone, so whatever he did, I'm glad he came back. Even if it was just for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I'll
Wow.
I'll walk over to Otis and pass him the scarf.
Yeah, I think Otis will take it, and he's got a big old smile on his face. We beat him. We beat
Reginald will
Connery
smile.
before he could sacrifice himself.
So, what now? After we've saved the world.
We'll talk about it later.
I think, well, I mean, of all, this seems like a good time. I mean, if fine, we'll talk later.
We can talk now, because I think all these guys will agree. It's not all on your shoulders. We just beat this thing together. We lost before together. You have people next to you to hold up the weight. Quit acting like it's yours. And yours alone. It wasn't your job to save Lucia. It wasn't your job to save the world, but you did it. Otis will, I like to think, because I think I have some sort of rage thing where I can keep raging. He'll give you a big old bear hug, and then he'll start grabbing everyone and pulling them all in.
I mean, you could say you love us. That's totally fine.
Y'all suck. He'll just pull everyone into a bear hug.
Sorry, I'm shifter language sometimes.
I just did. What I'm confused. That's how I say it.
I guess we can start looking around the city and see if there are any survivors.
Not a bad idea, but if you could give me one moment, there's one last thing I needed to do to sort of be done with all of this, and you'll see Cerebrin sort of like kneel in like a meditative kind of like sitting position, and like one by one these ghostly green sort of like spirits sort of come off of him, and these are all the Lucian people he held with himself that he was afraid to let go because he was afraid they would die because of Shodan attacking the live stream. And like one by one, he sort of like lets them go to the afterlife. And you see for the first time he was carrying, I don't know, just a countless number of them with him. And when the final one sort of kind of like dissipates, you see like some color come back to his cheeks just a little bit. Like maybe it was zapping his health to hang on to him. And he kind of breathes a sigh of relief, and he stands up. And he looks at you, Reginald, and he says, you can't hear them, but I could. And every single one of them said thank you before they left for what you've done. And he'll turn to the group for all of you for what you've done for them. So thank you all for saving not only the world, but my people, our people. I don't think I want to adventure anymore, though. And he sort of like collapses over. I think I'm very much done with this life. Thank you. Yeah, it was horrible. No, I hated it. Every moment of it was agonizing.
Are you sure? There's still something on the moon we have to kill.
No.
Otis points up. Yes, we gotta go up there at some point. Might take a while, but we gotta get up there.
I don't think has Cerebrin been gifted a ring, Hero Alliance ring. He doesn't.
He had a he had like a janky off-brand one, I believe, that he was using.
That's right. So Bolt's gonna step forward, and he's gonna say, Cerebrin, nothing that we did here today would have been possible without you. You're a hero too. And he's gonna take the ring off of his own finger and put it in Cerebrin's hands and like clasp his hand to force him to hold the ring tight and say, you're always gonna be a hero, and you're always gonna be part of the Alliance.
Thank you, Bolt. That's thank you. You'll see he'll hold on to it tightly.
Now, give me that crappy ring that you had.
Is it like a tradesies? And he'll hand it to you.
Yeah. And Bolt's gonna just fry it as a bolt of like electricity comes down from the sky and leaves just like a black powdered smoking husk in his fist.
You fry it and
copyright.
Copyright.
And then Bolt will say, I learned how to do that from watching Otis fondle a man's balls.
Cerebrin's like looking at the ring in his hand and then looking at the one that you fried, and he goes, "My dead mother made me that ring, but
I call it a taser.
No, we can't. We have to protect our copyrights, or we'll lose them. Sorry.
It's fair. Well, she made it for me before she died. I lived at home for a long time,
The doctors called it something like failure to launch syndrome.
but I could cast fly, and I had no problem launching. So I don't know what they were talking about. We should maybe, Oda, should we and Reginald, should we regroup with some of the soldiers? I'm sure they'd like to. I mean, check in with you all post siege.
Yeah, at this point, I'll say like the dust is clearing from that shockwave, and you're starting to be able to see again. You know, you're all just covered in this gray dust from the debris. But as it clears, you can see the many, safeguards and silicon soldiers that Shodan had. They're sort of frozen and seizing in place, and then one by one, in like a wave, you can watch them fall to the ground lifeless. Moments later, from all around the city, in the distance, you can hear hundreds, maybe thousands of voices rising up in a cheer of victory.
Reginald will reach into his bag and pull out the flag that he had on the APC when they first drove here. And I think he's going to start climbing to the top of the remains of the castle to like plant the flag on top.
Okay. What now?
Celebrate with the people of Lucia, right? We still gotta go back, start moving people, and anyone that wants to move can. But if anyone wants to stay, and I think he'd be running all these things sort of by Reginald, as like the de facto leader of the people at this point. But I think he would say maybe we just we come up with a plan, but maybe we put it off for a little bit. What if we go back and celebrate and just enjoy not having to worry about the world ending with some of the people we're closest to?
I think we've earned a day off.
I think so too. Reginald, do you have any way of letting your wife know that you're okay?
Do we still have the sending stones?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll instantly try to call her.
She'll like it didn't you didn't even get through one ring. She picks up. Reggie?
We did it. We really.
You can hear the smile in her voice as she says, "You did it.
We did it.
I knew you would.
I'm done, babe.
We're coming home. We're all ready to go."
We'll be there soon. I love you.
I love you too, Reggie. And she has a lot to do. She has to go round people up and get the convoy started to get all the refugees back home. Meanwhile, you guys, I think, go back and meet up with the main force.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They found a bar and pulled out all of the kegs and the bottles.
Yes, sir.
There are bonfires going. Food is cooking already. People are drinking and singing songs and celebrating together. Elves, humans, gnomes, dwarves, shifters, everybody as one. Tonight, there are no barriers, no borders. Just a celebration of a life that everyone here thought might end today.
Felix is going around to all the alcohols they've pulled out, and just every bit of guidance powder he's got, he's just pouring in all the drinks, just mixing it up and leaving it, letting people just
I don't know
enjoy it.
why. Putting like Adderall in all the beer.
9 months from now, there's going to be a bunch of babies.
Yeah, for sure.
We must rebuild.
Everyone's crossed.
I think Cerebrin would hang for a little bit, but eventually sort of see himself out at some point. He's not super big partier. He is much more of a bookworm, but I think he also respects that a huge portion of this journey was done by you guys long before he had joined, and I think would hang out, have a couple drinks, and then like promptly like excuse himself, and then just sort of walk some of the ruins of Lucia, like the place where he grew up too, and just sort of end the night seeing his home again, without having to fight things and trying to stay alive and all this different stuff. But he'd just walk his home and then eventually call it a night for himself.
I think right before you go to bed, Otis is he raged again and just got really big so he could find you. He's way too many drinks in, and he's like, as you're going into whatever house you were gonna sleep in, he's just gonna run up like a giant and grab you and say, "Serpent, you're one of us. You don't have to run away. Take time if you want, but you belong here." And then he's gonna pull up. According to the character art, he has pants, so he's gonna pull up his pant leg, and show you with his new tattoos. One of his legs is just covered in tally marks. Say, these are all the people that we lost after Lucia went down. It's okay to hold on to the people that you've lost, but don't let them drag you down. They want to lift you up. They died for something. He's like 10 to 15 drinks in. He's gonna kiss you on the forehead and then say good night, and then go back to the bar. Just a very
Good night. As you do, he's like, "Oh, right, good night," and then he'll give you like a, like blow a kiss, and then cast haste on you as you go, just to really like send you over the edge. He needs a pickup. But yeah, he'll smile at that and then go into the house that he finds and call it a night and just read his books. His new book from Reginald.
Oh no!
Thank you.
Oh
Reginald.
no!
how to win friends and influence people.
I never finished it.
Yeah, you see, he's like dropped that one 10 feet back, and he's like, "No, I don't need that. I need this one, the one with the tongue stapled on the front of it. That's the one I'll be studying."
What's Bolt doing?
I mean, I'm trying to think of something meaningful for him to do here, but the truth of the matter is, he's already come to terms with the biggest thing that he needed to grapple with, which was his desire to be a hero and to accept what that meant. He gave what he thought was, a sacrifice. He tried to sacrifice himself for the team, and what he realized is that there's really not a sacrifice that one person can make in situations like this. It's a team effort through and through. Everyone needs to make the same sacrifice, or it's not going to be successful. So he's going to be just reflecting on the sacrifice that everyone's made. Obviously, Connery is passed down to the life stream, but he's not the only one here who made sacrifices. Reginald left his family at great risk, to, I might add. Otis has left his people to sort of be here. And so I think he realizes that everyone made really significant sacrifices in their own way. He's just going to sit quietly, content with what we've all managed to accomplish, and be part of the party in a way that he's not normally a very social bunny rabbit, Celebrate with the men, be there for his team, and just drink it in.
At some point, I'll say, during one of the times that you're recharging and sitting away from the main grouping of people and just, watching and taking it and enjoying the collective celebration and joy, you look up and you see the live stream. There's a pulse. And from the center where Shodan's tower was, finally, that green color returns to the live stream as the red disappears. And those who remain are safe once more. But something else happens. You, in particular, see a glittering of the same teal color of the live stream coming from every person here. You can visually see their spirit, their collective spirit rising up together and coalescing at a point in the sky. There's a flash of green light. Nobody else seems to see or notice any of this happening. but you do. And where that flash of green light was in the sky, you see something. You're not sure what at first, and then it starts getting closer. It's like a tiny, translucent dragon. Long, serpentine body, fur and feather and wings. It flies up to you, makes a circle, and then coils up your arm and rests on your shoulder.
Hey, buddy. I'm gonna call you the World Serpent.
It sort of shakes itself off and makes a contented little squeaking sound. An arc of electricity moves down its body from the mane around its neck. And instinctively, you understand something. The gods, you all know, they're gone.
Yes, they are.
You destroyed them with Shodan after he had absorbed them. But what that program did, that you got from Bunker 13, was spread things out a bit more. This, you're looking at a baby god, born of the hearts and desires of the people, rather than designed by Yates.
Super appropriate. Bolt loves everything about this moment. And he's gonna go find I suspect Reginald's with his men. He's gonna go off and find Felix, and everyone else, assuming that everyone is there, and just say, "Well, Felix, this is gonna sound weird, but I think the gods are dead. You know what that means? It means that maybe they weren't ever really gods to begin with, and I think the world is healing again." And I'm gonna kind of smile and point to the little dragon on my shoulder.
And it sounds like, oh, that's a cute little guy you got there. Where did he come from?
I think he was just born. I know it's gonna sound weird, but when Izanagi and the rest of the Pantheon, they died when Shodan died. But not everything about them died. The idea of desires and good, I think that lives on in all of us. And I think this little guy is that personified.
So you're saying he comes from what's left of the old gods?
I don't know if it's that direct, but I think he's here to represent all of us, what all of us want to see in the gods. I don't know. It's a lot to take in. I haven't had as much to drink as Otis, but
Well, Bolt, you know what this means.
what?
If this is the new personification of, I guess from what you're saying, what the gods are supposed to be, it makes you the first champion of a new god. Its mentor. The godmother, if you will.
Killer.
I put my hand on Otis's chest and go, "Let him cook."
Otis on the other side of the room. He turns, just what? Huh?
I like that. I think we're all responsible for this little guy, though. But you know what? Just for tonight, I'm gonna indulge in it. And, yeah, maybe I am the godmother. It's kind of cool.
Cut to Reginald, who's probably tankard in hand, offhand resting on the hilt of his finally sheathed sword, smiling over the celebrations of his men and the elves and the dwarves, the shifters, and everyone who came here. When you hear footsteps and sense a presence on your right,
I'm gonna turn and look to my right.
Queen Mara stands there, 2 bottles of wine in her hand.
Really trying to get this party started, huh?
If ever there was a time to let loose, it was now. And she's gonna hand you one of the bottles.
And I'll take a big swig from it. I think you're right.
This is the beginning of a new age, you know.
Everything that I'd hoped would happen.
They'll need a leader.
You think it's me?
You're wearing his ring.
And I'll glance down at the ring. I'll look back at her. I would never try to be what he was. I would just try to do the best that I could for the people.
That's all any of us can do.
Okay.
You'd be a good leader, by the way. You're a good man. You do your people well.
Thank you, my queen.
I'm not your queen. I'm their queen. You're a king now.
Oh, that's weird to think about.
King Reginald Kennedy Shaw.
Reginald will take a big sip of wine out of the bottle and go, well, I guess first order of business is a speech, and he'll climb on top of the bar.
She's gonna like flick thump you on the side of the head as you're doing that and say, "You've given enough speeches. It's my turn."
Oh, okay. I go,
And she's going to yank you up onto the bar alongside her, and she's going to shout out, "Men, women, soldiers and countrymen, we celebrate tonight not just our victory over an existential ontological threat, but the beginning of a new era, a new age, a new royal line. Cheers for your new king." And she'll grab your wrist, WWE style, and raise it up and say, "King Reginald." And the people fucking explode with
Reginald!
cheers and applause.
Damn straight.
Reginald will just look out at the survivors and the dwarves and the elves and the shifters and his friends, and just everything he'd wanted as Lucia to be, as a home for everyone, that people could feel safe and raise families and enjoy their lives. And hopefully, whenever the next threat happens, because Reginald's still a soldier at heart, like, whenever that does happen, he'll make sure that we're ready again. Tonight he's going to celebrate.
And you guys do.
As everybody's cheering the announcement of Reginald becoming a king, Felix, who's kind of leaning himself back on a bar, he'll slide his jacket to the side and what look like kind of small, like grenades almost on his pouch. He'll just whisper to him, "Make it magical," and you'll see him shoot off into the air, and they'll start to explode with fairy fire, and there'll be blues and greens and violet exploding as everybody's cheering for Reginald being announced as a king.
Fuck yeah.
Very cool.
And yeah, for the night, you drink, you eat, you celebrate. Because everybody here might not have been here if not for you guys. The night fades to black, and you all can have a long rest. But no level up.
Oh.
Beat you to it. Ha ha!
This was Dumpstat, a D&D podcast hosted by our DM, Mike, with players Derek, Jordan, Matt, Todd, and me, Jeff. Be sure to follow us on social media, and if you like the music and sound effects used, check out the episode description for all the info you need.